right, so let's see. I spent a solid 3 hours coding today, and I recorded all of it, and then the ratio was off, so that entire video was trashed. Uh, so I'm just going to give you a verbal rundown of what all I've been working on and what took 3 hours today. So you'll see that today I actually have two different code bases open. One is one of the code bases is going to be my this product that I'm working on my own time outside of like my office work and OSS work called Hopship, and I use Garnet as the backing store for a lot of IoT devices and storing their data as streams. Now, as it happens, Garnet does not really have full support for streams yet. It has actually main Garnet has no support for streams. There's a research branch in which on which there's an implementation of a B tree, and it has xadd, xread, xdel, and that's it. So what happens is, as I'm trying to migrate my own code base needs, I'm finding that, hey, I need to be able to read from a consumer group. Heck, I got to implement that now. So I'm using Garnet pretty heavily on this, and since the feature's not there, I'm going to just go ahead and use this as an opportunity to go ahead and write it out. So today I worked on adding streams to keys and scans. So far, keys and scans did not actually support stream data from Garnet. So that was the first thing I was working on, and that's where I left off. I have some unit tests that are currently failing, so just going through it and trying to understand why they're failing at the moment. So yeah, you're all caught up. I'm going to be walking, coding on a rainy Seattle evening on a Thanksgiving day, and yeah, I'll just be quiet from now on, focusing on the code, and then randomly going into some rants every now and then, I guess. But yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and start with this. So, can close this out. And this is the current failing one. Let's see. So right now my stream should have, let's see, this server scan keys is 0. I go ahead and I go to commands, stream manager, so this is stream manager over here, and then array, key, iteration functions. Okay, this is already over here, so this should get caught. It skips the, interesting. It is going in the object store for this. It should not be going into object store. That's number one. Cursor is at 0, is object store, and type is empty. Interesting. Type object. Let me think this through. Okay, type is empty indeed, so let's go back. Basically, we should have keys.count equal to 0 over here, which it is. Go ahead. It is going to go in here, and let's see, validate cursor. This should also end up empty. Object store keys are 0, which is good. Let's see. I go in here, store cursor, clear the bit, and key scan. Let's go inside of that. So F11 is not working on my keyboard for some reason. Maybe Control F11, Alt F11. This says it's F11. Yeah, F11. Okay, that's fine. I will just click it from here and then cool, acquire the read block. I have said that I'm on the 0th cursor. I have a pattern that I'm adhering to, and ooh, interesting. I don't think I'm doing that. Ref long cursor. Why do I have both of them? I hate this. Let's go ahead. So go ahead, find something matching. And remaining count is okay, cool. My cursor is still set to 0. Interesting. Why is my cursor set to 0? Is it because I've gone through everything? Cool. So I have 20 different stream items in here, and I should have gotten at least 5 out of this. Let's go look back at resp. Yep, these are the 20 different stream items. I go ahead and let me think this through. Scan and collect all keys. Got all the store cursor. So freaking great. I see the issues. Let's go ahead and close that. Store cursor, cursor from start. Why do I have 2 cursors? I don't know. Let's get rid of that. Cursor, and then cursor from start, and we can actually return. And yep, there you go. Thanks, Copilot. Cool, that should fix it. And store cursor. Cool, so that should hook into the existing infrastructure of last scan, stone cursor, and let's go back to resp stream tests and command R, command D. No, what is the shortcut for Shift P, debug, test? Okay, command semicolon, command C. You know what, let's go ahead and change that. So command R, command control R, control T, I'm pretty sure is the one that I have for Visual Studio. So I'm on a Mac right now and Visual Studio does not work, so I'm using all my VS Code shortcuts, which are for the most part the same, but there's a few differences that kind of mess up with my head when I'm at work. And I can change them. I'm just, you know what, okay, the next time I have to run a test, I'll go ahead and I'll update it. It's actually how my entire workflow is pretty organized, where I don't really need to be using my mouse a lot. I can just go ahead and close things, open things. Yeah, this sort of works. Go ahead. This also works. This also works. Scan. Just gonna get rid of these breakpoints actually, because I don't need this anymore. And then remove breakpoint. Debug toggle. What was that? Let's see. It is F9. Okay, cool. F5. And then return 0. It did not. What did cursor eventually return? Interesting. Okay, cool. That's fine. I will go ahead and let that continue. Okay, so F9, can F9 add it? Okay, yeah, F9 adds it as well. Convenient. Let's see what's happening and why it's failing, right? Cursor should eventually return 0. Why would my cursor not return 0? Let's see. Oh shoot. You kidding me? There we go. Clean up. Okay, cool. So these are the only 3 files I care about right now. I'll keep them open. Let's see. Key scan. What are you doing wrong? Cursor from start. While the cursor. Okay. If it's less than that, this is sort of like how I'm skipping ahead. So cursor from start, skip ahead. If the remaining count is equal to 0, cursor is equal to cursor from start. Maybe I go ahead and do that. If remaining count. Could it be that even though it's the last one we scan, remaining count minus, let's see. Then think about this. Thing is, streams.keys, right, is going to be returning a key collection. Where's the explicit type? Let's bring this back up. Remaining count minus break. And if 0, so it's not the remaining count, it's actually the cursor from start. Cursor from start is less than streams at count. There we go. That's done. Let's see, that might not fix it. Let's see. I'm also just sort of like coding in the blind with that. Should probably put in a little bit more thought in that. Why would scan return this? Let's just go ahead and try to get some sense out of this. How many iterations have we done? Interesting, so we reached 100 iterations because it just kept going ahead and not exiting it out. So it should be, right? It should be okay. First one, let's see what it returns. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting, length is -1. The fuck? Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. That looks good to me. Let's go ahead. What is the new cursor? The new cursor is a really big one. Yeah, let's see. Slightly problematic is, does that come out to be 5 in here? Let's see. Why am I using my mouse? Let's go. Let's see. 15 lines below. 15 lines below, and then F9 over here, 5. Do we have the same store cursor? We don't have the same store cursor. Why is that? Is this not equal to this? Cursor is equal to that, store cursor is equal to this. Who changed my store cursor? From cursor. Say store cursor, delete the 49th bit, then use it as a normal cursor. If I take the original cursor and would be 0. So it's not the 0th bit, reset it back, go ahead and continue. What I could do is could sort of hack into this one. Why won't this work? I'm trying to not see this. My shift escape is not working. Okay. Command shift 5. What the fuck is this? Why won't you stop? Okay. Cool. We should be good with that. Let's go see what's happening again. Let's see, should we hook Stream Manager in here or not? Bit onwards. Can I use everything above the 49th bit? It's not an object store cursor. this correct? I don't know. So shift everything, 49 bits, reverse it. Nope. You could do this. Never mind. No, let's see. If I have 1, right, and I shift it to the power of 49 bits, right, and then I minus 1, then all 48 bits will be 1s and above will be 0. And then I can just do OR with that. Just gonna get some. Yes, it should be an AND. Okay. Object store cursor. Beautiful. So first thing is I get the object store cursor, right? Then once I have the object store cursor, that's in the object store cursor here. That's a back home, but you feel when you're that's is it perhaps that 49th bit is set? Okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead and investigate what does an object store cursor look like, and is anything above the 49th bit set? That is the thing to investigate. Okay, so Z add Hammy 99 no 0810 Z add Spark 0811 Z add DM0126. Okay, cool. Let's hit it with the scan 0. Zero, count 2. Interesting. 72. 49 does not set. Okay, so I have the right idea of how they're doing this. Match the pattern. Let you go around. Look, if that is not null, it's not stream, you know that's not true. So after the object store cursor, we say that that is the case. There is no way that something has stream bit set. Ooh, that should do it. Otherwise, it's less than the count, then it's cursor from start, otherwise to 0. Cursor from start. First of all, let's pick up the base. This one can be stream keys, key collection. Okay, cursor from start is actually going to be, if I have 4 keys and I start at 0, 1, 2, 3. After the first round, right, goes to this becomes 1. Let's say I only had 1 key, then I would end with 1. Okay, yeah, this should work. Let's go ahead and give that a try. 275 F9, and then 11 lines down F9. So the real heavy lifting of this is actually done by the underlying B tree, and someone already went ahead and implemented that, but the overarching use of locks is concerning. Like I don't think it will perform well for my needs. Also, yeah, we got our test passing. Boom, lovely. So I have my concerns at the moment about pretty much how this will perform at the end of the day. And like the naive implementation that has been done is, let's see, the scan is done. Let's go ahead and checkpoint this first. Control G. What is the shortcut for the git? Is it not? Okay, I'll just use this for now. So adding the types, Garnet server options, this was getting these things working. Storage session did not have a holder for the stream manager, so I've got this over here. Let's go just read through this. So by the time we get to the store cursor, let me think this through. What happens when I go through basically just everything? How does this work for what if I had like no type? I see one thing that's sort of bothering me, so I'm gonna go see resp stream tests. I don't know if I wrote a test for this. Go ahead. Full scan keys, yep. No better stay. I'll be safe at home. So what I expect is that at the end of it, I have, how many keys should I be expecting? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 keys and I can expect all of them. Get 2 at a time. Yep. String keys. Type string1, stream.add, string.set. So this is an internal implementation thing, but it should first find the string, right? Fuck is element at? The heck? Let's do this. It is not. Okay, cool, that's fine. So first it should get a string, then it should get 2 of the streams. Nope, it should get the hash. 43 lines below. Why won't Copilot complete it? I don't know. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if this works still. 40 lines up. Interesting. Okay. String still works. Oh. And then one should be a list. Match type for all. Full scan keys. String hash. What the heck? This says it's right here. Type hash 1. Type string 1. So string is there, hash is there, list is there. String's there. Visual Studio. Beautiful. Works when I do 2, 2. Does it work when I do 1, 1? Let's see. What if I do 3 and 4 just to be safe? All right, awesome. So that works, and we are looking good on that front. The reason why that works is because scan cursor will give store cursor as 0 when it has reached cursor, iter next, go to iteration complete. Yep, I'm good. So one thing I'm thinking of is what happens when main store is done with counting. Does it return a 0 over here? Let's just do this. F9. Store cursor has been set to 0. Lovely. One string, so we did 2 and then I did 2. The one between list and stream would have been a good one to see. That's okay. Okay, that works. I am good with that. Let's go ahead. I'm not going to commit that just yet. Let's see. Cool, so that brings that portion of streams to an end. I think the next thing I need to do is implement X group. So let's go see that. X group create. So what is the X group and what is the group create versus create consumer? Reference the consumer that didn't already exist. Okay. If the stream, you can create it automatically with the level of 0. Okay, so in the next video, we're gonna go ahead and work, actually tomorrow, I'm going to sit and I'm going to get consumer groups finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, all that I really need for my, I'm just gonna start implementing with what I need. I need exac, exactl, I need create consumer, I need xread group, that's for sure. So yeah, we will go into that tomorrow. Let's see, let's get back to other code that I'm working on, which is nowhere to be found. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead, exit out of this guy, ls. What is the shortcut for making something full screen? Let's go check. Full screen, shortcut, Mac. Command Control F, Command Control F, Command Control F, Command Control F, Control F. Okay, I can close that, and then I can Command Control F. Command Control F. Beautiful. Okay. So this is now, we're back on the web server that I'm working on. Let's see, batch writer, command p dev, docker compose. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a separate one for Garnet development, right? I'm going to say dev docker Garnet dev Garnet test compose.yaml, and that's going to be pasted over here. That's everything over there. And then in here, what I'm going to do is temporarily, I've been using Redis, and I will continue to do that temporarily. It is not the database I know with the depth I do know Garnet, but it is what it is. It's fine for now. Let's see, Prometheus for metrics collection, web server backend, and I'm good. Okay, cool. So let's just see that things are working over here. Docker compose. Ooh. On this guy, I am using this over here, not this guy. Let's get rid of this AI comment that's stating the freaking obvious. Then I don't depend on Redis, but I'll keep that one in there for now. So one thing that's been annoying the heck out of me is, why is it that I have Mosquito, I have Redis, I have a .NET process, OpenTelemetry, Grafana, Prometheus, all of this running, when all that I really need is probably a dashboard on my website. Such a shame. Okay, it's fine. I feel like Prometheus and Grafana are still okay, because on the machine that I will run everything itself, I will be using Prometheus and Grafana to monitor the machine from system internals all the way up to the application layer things. So for now, this is okay. Cool. That's said and done. Let's go ahead and give this a try. I will do dev docker compose up, build over here. Let Garnet be. I do not need to look at Redis at all. It's 20, and then clear cd dot dot. Let's see, cargo hopship, cd location viewer, and I can do npm run dev. So this is the front end website. Here is everything working in there. This is already publishing data. Let's go see things working. Yeah, spot on. Okay, you can see that the devices are moving. They are registered. I have a geofence that I can change, build, do whatever I want with it, and I can search by devices. Okay, cool. So processed. Explore metrics. What is my metric called? So the stream processing code that I have here, this is where I intend to be using Garnet streams instead of Redis streams. At the moment, this is fine. Is processed messages total. So when I look up processed underscore messages, so it's not getting published. What about the meter, hopship.webserver? Is that available? Prometheus, status. This is a good idea. Target health. Aha. Hotel, localhost, hotel collector. What a freaking joke. We never added it to the Prometheus target, did I? Let's see. Prom. Dun 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 dun. So let's ask ChatGPT some questions. Command or B. Not ChatGPT, sorry. Copilot. Sorry. How does hotel collector my web service, my web server, and Prometheus come together? I don't see us connecting our web server to Prometheus. A moment. Web server sends to OLTP endpoint. Hotel collector receives OLTP metrics. Okay. where do we... I don't think the env var is used here when setting up hotel. This is the part where I am really enjoying. String is not null, OTLP endpoint. Okay. How do I just press enter? Tab? Nope. I hate the whole like mouse-centric Microsoft design of everything. The good thing is when you're like, for the most part when I'm coding, I don't need to be using my mouse for any of this. Just every now and then I need to. Okay, that is set up. Let's see. Everything else should be cached. Go ahead, build my program, hotel. Cool. Let's go check out the Prometheus endpoints. Mosquito is spamming the server. This guy is... Hotel is up. Filter by endpoints or labels. Ship's not there. What about processed? Okay, there we go. What is this? The tree view. Okay, no data query, graph, explain. Yes! Let's go! That is it. Nice. In the last 1 minute, it is processing. Okay, 4:30. Cool. My things are working. I'm happy with that. What I want to change in here is, let's go to the map view of my location viewer. So that would be geofences. Yeah, let that be. I'll just let it run for now. So this is where you will see me actually vibe coding stuff. Outside of like the initial few, like not initial, the final few places where like I felt I had to jump in, everything else here is vibe coded. Let's see, generate points. Can you expand map view such that except the top bar where we keep the tools to edit geofences, the map takes the entire screen space. Also, what time is it? It is 9:41. We are good on time. Map container center height is 100, width is 100. Wasn't very good with that. Let's see if it understood. On the entire map here, God, I know for a fact that if I just look up some of the stuff online, I'll be okay. But yep. So this was for geofences. Let's go look at I'm going to increase the walking speed. Solid. That is something I can work with. That works. Between yesterday and today. Nice. Let's go ahead and commit that. Status. Let's see, web server, geofencing, lots of backend stuff, front-end stuff. Cool. Okay, there's a git ignore, VS Code list, extensions. Yep, that looks good. Okay. Cool. This is, let's go look at this device. Started, this is where it ended. Yep, things look good to me. Let's see, what else do I need to work on? I need to have friendly mapping of the names and devices, which I don't at the moment. device. Let's see. One thing is that when I click on something, I should be able to just go there. Yes, so I do need to put this on my EC2 instance. Let me go ahead and do that. This behind, where did I put it behind? Let's see. Oof, it's a lot of walking. How long have we been coding for? Let's do a quick time check. 1.5 hours. Okay, a healthy amount, not concerning in any way. Cool. MQTT and hop ship PC2. Board. Let's see. Control F is full screen. Ooh, way better than doing this is actually, I need a very easy way to deploy things. What could I use? Like a, I want to determine, not deterministically, what's the word when you declaratively create a deployable package of the web server, MQTT, Nginx, Prometheus, Hotel Exporter, and Redis for Linux machines. What could I use? I want them all to run as a system service, ideally. So the issue with system services is I have to do the, let's see, 1 to 3% more. I do have 4 GB plus. Okay. Does it make sense to use Nginx from inside Docker though? How would I? So services to the outside world. understand this is where proxy like be useful. Let's see. Nginx outside Docker. Let's see, Nginx. Where is Nginx inside of this? Okay, the dev does not have Nginx. I think the Docker Compose does. Can you compose file? Since let's see, Nginx, and let's get rid of all of this. Nginx will run on I walked 4.2 miles while coding. Pretty fucking solid, I would say, yeah. Where would the volumes for Prometheus No, no, no. I definitely don't want that. Yep, go ahead and do that. Cool, so with that said and done, make sure all my volumes go to /mnt/terra. Man. Yep, that looks good. These are the certs and the keys over there. Redis is never exposed externally. Okay, that looks good to me. How do I clear this chat? Yep. Okay. How should I? Let's see. Over TCP. Okay, give me the damn, did I? Okay, I cannot use Nginx anymore. Nginx Plus. Let's go read up a little bit about Nginx Plus. Nginx. Okay, it does TCP load balancing. Nice. How does this work? Free, high availability, super very high web services. Supported. Quick on the back end, TLS, ECH, quick performance, quick. Zero copy forwarding, memory usage reduction, increased bandwidth. Okay. Do I even want to look at NY? This is trusted C++. C++, okay. Let's see, I have everything set up for Docker Compose, right? Nginx will run outside. For I know one of them is the newer one. I don't remember which one's the newer one. I think it's TLS. Yep. Cool. So we have TLS over there. Nope, I'm fine with TLS termination. What are the benefits? Yep, certificate management. How would Okay, that makes sense. Otherwise, I was like, how would you know from like one port what it's doing? So I have an MQTT port and I have a web server port. Okay, that looks good to me. Does not natively. Okay, that's fine. I am okay with that. Mosquito. Have my device cert, server cert. Okay. So I should be able to just take this and put this on the machine. The only thing is that Prometheus. Do I have are the images I make in Docker Desktop? Just have move the config file server and have build pipelines that publish my Okay, that's fine. I can do the Docker push. See, 10:17. So I've been coding for 2 hours. Okay, moving this to my Linux machine. Certs are already there. Device code I need to work on. I'm gonna get rid of Grafana for now. I remember writing that. Okay, cool. So I've been coding for a bit. My legs are pretty tired. I'm gonna go ahead and work on deploying this to the Linux machines tomorrow. Awesome, yeah. Good night and happy Thanksgiving, guys.